one of my last meetings before the pandemic hit was with a senior executive team in a B2B product company. And I was talking about how, well, if this takes hold, then we might be looking at VR as a way of meeting. And some of the senior executives were like, no way, I'm not doing that. Like, we're going to the office and we need to be together. And I'm like, right, but pandemic, so maybe not. And so we've come around to this. The other thing that made me think about this is Harley Finkelstein, who's the president of Shopify, one of the biggest e-commerce companies in the world, who's it's a Canadian-based company as well. He was talking about how the pandemic forced companies to think ahead by about a decade in terms of where they are. It created a forcing function. It made people move into areas where they weren't comfortable and where they had to rethink everything, including the organization. And for me, everything still comes back down to the issue of things like leadership and accountability. We can design all the cultures and the corporate cultures, excuse me, in the organizations, however we want to design them and create them. But I still think there are fundamental problems that haven't been solved within companies, such as, leadership taking accountability and responsibility. Are the senior leaders just presenting ideas and things they've shipped without giving acknowledgement to the people that have actually done all of the work and the research? And I'm seeing that happen in companies. And you're also seeing that as a pattern on the great exodus, and why people are just rotating through companies and leaving because the corporate culture isn't great. So if we move into the metaverse, I think that's great. That's a new experience. But it also poses other problems, right? Like, that's just an extension of social media, like an article I shared with you gentlemen, and one author talking about his concerns. I think people have forgotten social media is a choice, right? Like, you don't have to be on Facebook. You don't have to be on Instagram or Twitter. If you are upset by the noise and the implications that's causing within your organization and your own mental health, just get offline.